it's midweek check-in time, and I have Pastor John with me here. Hi, Pastor John. He thinks I'm funny, and I did not do anything funny so far.
You are
maybe
funny.
I will.
You are funny.
You guys, we are talking about wisdom, and that's why I have him here. And I told him I wasn't going to use this joke, but he technically is the oldest member on our staff. And that's not really why. I actually realized that later. But I actually think he's a really wise man. So I was like, hey, John, want to do the midweek check-in with me? So because we are talking about wisdom, I did want to grab him and kind of say, what's your take on wisdom? I mean, it's all over our Lectio Divina. We're reading it. We pretty much read it every single week when we go into the book of Proverbs, which is once a week, you guys, right? Like every Friday, we're in the book of Proverbs. And this week, we actually hit it on Tuesday, too. So the word wisdom is out there, and it's floating around. What's your take on wisdom?
Well, for me, I sit there and go, all the stupid things that I've done and learned from, and just life experience tends to bring wisdom.
There you go. Now you have wisdom.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do it wrong once.
I mean, you basically, that's a lot of my wisdom has been experiential.
Sure.
So.
Well, thus, see, more years on the earth.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I know. I get it.
But I also
there's some truth to that.
There is some truth to that, right? Like experience, like you're saying, like the more steps you take, the more breaths you breathe, you're definitely
the more relational-ish, you think of all the dynamics.
Yeah.
The longer you're alive.
Yeah.
That's why you should get to know your local old person.
There you go. That's true.
I shouldn't say old person. I mean,
experienced. Lots of experience. Yeah.
What are
lives lived?
What's a good way
years
to say
lived. Senior?
Yeah.
Maybe? Yeah.
Go get to know your local senior.
Yeah, they're older than us, and they are definitely wiser than us for sure.
Definitely.
And we can glean from each other.
Yeah.
For sure. Now, not to say we can't get some wisdom from the younger generation too. I know I learn a lot from my kids.
Totally.
They actually teach me a lot of things, and there's some wisdom in that too.
Yeah.
The other thing with wisdom, you guys, this week is, even though it's a topic all over the Bible, we are also though in a series on the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And actually, one of the main ways that we get our wisdom, which we are called to press into and to actually cherish, really, is because of the Holy Spirit in our lives, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a big part of where our wisdom comes from. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Solomon, I just got through with Ecclesiastes and Solomon's life before that, and that was what he asked of God, was for wisdom to govern his people, and God made him very, very wise.
Yeah, which makes sense because he also wrote the book of Proverbs, which is all about wisdom.
Yep.
And the way that God revealed himself in order for Solomon to write the book of Proverbs was exactly in that way.
Yeah.
He was requesting, give me wisdom, help me, help lead me, help guide me.
Yeah.
And God did exactly that. And the reality is that we have access to God in that way too. Currently.
Yeah.
Like I said, we are talking about the Holy Spirit in our sermon series, our current sermon series. I'm going to make sure you tune into last week, tune into the coming weeks. We have 2 more after this past last Sunday, and it's really good stuff about how, essentially, once you invite Jesus into your life, he sort of moves into your house. And as we allow the Holy Spirit to take over our lives, he actually starts to run the house, essentially. Or like Pastor Drew likes to say, drive the car.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And when he's moving and breathing and working inside of us, that is where wisdom comes. I mean, of course, we get experience in our lives, show us experience just by, School of Hard Knocks. Sometimes we make mistakes, we learn from that. But ultimately, deep down to the core, he is guiding us and leading us and giving us that wisdom that we need on the daily, right?
Totally.
I
probably at least a handful of times a week I ask for specific wisdom on things that I don't have the answer to.
That's right.
Me and then I usually go to the Word and I try to, allow the Holy Spirit to kind of guide me and show me something. So
yeah, me too.
That is for sure.
So pressing into the Word, you guys continue to do that with Lectio Divina and other forms, like John's, reading through lots of different passages where he's being led to, and also spending that time in prayer and pressing in and being like, show me wisdom, show me guidance, and trusting that he is moving and working in our lives. Once he's inside of us, we do get to trust that he is leading and guiding us, and he is always leading us into truth, love, and wisdom, which we are so blessed with. Yeah.
So totally.
Thanks for being here with us today, John.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Hey, and you guys, just a little mental note. I'm not going to be checking in as often throughout the summer, but I will be checking in periodically. Maybe a couple times we'll do a midsummer check-in, a couple of times, maybe once a month, maybe a little bit more than that. But just so you know, not to be looking for me once a week, but we will be here kind of tuning in. Make sure you continue with your Lectio Divina reading, pressing into the Word, practicing your spiritual disciplines, and know that we love you and are praying for you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you guys.